Hey, what's up everybody, Spabrock here, and today we're going to talk about the PS4 port for H-Hour. So if you guys looked at the video about a month or two ago, I made a little video about how PS4 news and what's up, where we at, where we going. SOF tweeted a while back about how they're starting the port in March. They also tweeted some pictures of their PS4 dev kit, so if you go into Twitter and you go to SOF Studios and look at their media, you can check that out as well. So right now it's just current gameplay, how the game is right now. Again, I did a little review on that too, if you want to check that out on the March update, and I'll tell you how it flows. But so far so good. There's a couple of bugs there, but I know the team is on it, and I think the jump is going to be fixed slightly. So in terms of height, the animation is not fully finished yet, so that's just pretty much placeholder, but I know they're fixing it. So with that said, let's get into it. What to expect? What do we expect from this PS4 port? Spab, what is a PS4 port? How long? I want to play H-Hour. I want it on my monitor. So porting isn't as long as people think. I mean, this does sound long. It's 6 to 8 months. So 6 to 8 months from March. So I would say the game is coming out in November, but I'm gonna get into why I think they should delay it just a little bit more, but I'll get into that later. So 6 to 8 months for a port. Again, they're still gonna be working on the game as moving forward. So basically the PC version is still gonna be updated. I don't know what's gonna happen to the PC version eventually, but yeah, it's definitely 6 to 8 months. A lot of people also ask me on my YouTube videos, are these maps going to be on PS4? And I think they're talking in regard to like the SOCOM maps and the custom workshop maps. The truth is, custom workshop maps, they're very possible that those could be in it, but it has to be a select few because some of them don't run that well. The SOCOM maps, I'm not sure. Before it was a definite no, but right now it seems like it could be possible. Unlikely in my opinion. I wish we could have them. I wish there was a way to get workshop maps onto the PS4 version as much as possible. But that's just me, So the reason why I say maybe that it's possible that it could get on is because SOF said that they talked to Sony about porting the maps. The SOCOM maps, because it's under their rights or whatever. They own, Sony owns the maps. So Sony told them that when they get later, further down the port, that's when they'll start talking about whether, they could do it or not. And I don't see why not. I feel like it could be a very easy cash grab. I'm gonna make a total video, like a total different video on this, but I'm gonna tell you about my business model of what H-Hour should be, in my opinion. And I maybe I'm just tooting my own horn a little bit, but I think it's actually not a bad idea, and I feel like it would be smart. But if, let's say that Sony did want, they wanted to give the maps to us, but they're like, hey, we want some money. I say you make all the maps, right? Or let whatever, you probably don't even have to make all the maps, just all the maps that are out now, like the Desert Glory, the Desert Raid, because they have different names and stuff. Just let them put it on the game and make it a DLC map pack. Maybe 6 maps, because it's already done. They literally don't have to do anything. They just have to give us the green light. I would be like $5 for a Nostalgia map pack 1, and it's like Frostfire, Desert Glory, the Ruins, blah blah blah. Like 4 or 5 maps, and then they get half of that. And let me tell you something, that'll rack up, because that'll drive sales. Again, SOCOM community is very niche, and a lot of the people have moved on to bigger AAA titles, probably different walks of life. But I feel like H-Hour has a chance, and I'm not just being optimistic, but I really do believe that. It's just any SOCOM has a chance. And again, I have so many ideas for another video. I don't want to ramble on about this, but yeah, let's continue with the PS4 stuff. So the PS4 stuff, 6 to 8 months for the port. I know that's pretty much all the news there is. But you know, I just want to give you guys a heads up because a lot of people asked me about it. Should they release it in November? I don't know. 6 to 8 months, September, it's too early because I feel like since it's a small dev team, the more time the better. And yeah, I don't like that it would be released in November because so many, you know, that's holiday season for gaming, man. Like you're gonna get all the Call of Duties, whatever else comes out around that time. Literally everything is gonna come out around that time, especially Call of Duty because that's just gonna, you know. Especially now that they announced Black Ops 4, and I guess the younger generation does not like boots on the ground. So, go figure. I mean, and you got Fortnite running rampant out here. You don't know by November what they're gonna do. They have people buy the balls. They definitely had me buy the balls for like a good 3 weeks, but I think I'm kind of over it. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of there's a lot of potential for the game, and you know. This is basically a small video. I thought it was going to be longer for some reason. But yeah, I just noticed I really don't have much news outside of 6 to 8 months and that the port is starting at the end of the month. So now we just wait. And again, they're going to update the game. So every time, I'm going to be uploading videos until this game is dead in the trash. You know, until it gets successful or until they close the lights off. So if you guys need to follow something or some news, I'm here for you, and feel free to always like comment because I always respond. I respond to everybody unless it's like really toxic where it's just like coming from a place of ignorance, then I probably won't respond. I'll just be like, oh, he's just doing it just to do it. But if it's somebody who's like negative towards something, I try to give them like a different perspective, and because I know when people are upset about H-Hour, when there's certain things about it, that it's coming from a place of concern, you know. So I separate the two. Ignorance doesn't get response. Concern and you know, disappointment I get, and I'll always respond to those. But yeah, what else did I want to say? In terms of the game is it runs fairly fine right now. I think the gun mechanics are in a good place. The only gun I get annoyed by is like the Loudon 4, but there's always going to be that one good gun, so that's nothing. And it's not even like crazy like the BP85 was in the last patch, so if they didn't touch the gun mechanics, it would be perfect. But the guns do feel good, they feel accurate. Long range, they still, you know, you don't want lasers anyway, so you know, tapping it is always going to be the wave. I feel like a controller long range might be a little bit better too, because it's a little less on your head. I know that's kind of weird for me to say, but I don't know, in this patch I noticed that. And I've definitely played on stream with controller. I stream every night, by the way, so you can check that out. Well, I try to stream every night, H-Hour, but you could always check the archives if you want to check some gameplay out. But yeah, so they're always gonna update the game. There's a couple. Again, I'm gonna make a bunch of videos about like. Because I feel like I haven't made videos about like what I think needs work, but basically they kind of boil down to is animations being polished, the jump being adjusted, which is going to be adjusted, and the UI, it's literally just polished, man. The guns are in such a good place, and like bug stuff, but you know, they're always on there. It's just a lot of little things. Oh, and the audio. I think if there was going to be like a really bad thing about the game, it would be the audio. And it's not because they're not trying to fix it. It's something that they're leaving to the end so they could get the gameplay and all the like bigger concerns, I guess, out of the way. You could sound horror to an extent, but there's sometimes when like you hear a silencer and it sounds like it's right next to you, but it's literally like across the map. So it's literally things like that. But that's pretty much it. And some, yeah. Like when you hear shots, it sometimes feels static. Like you'll hear them in both ears. So yeah, that's pretty much it for PS4 stuff. March starts now, so this is the beginning, boys. Hold on to your nutsacks, all right? Because we're going on a journey, and I'm gonna make a video about what I feel like a business model for H-Hour should be like. I'm just gonna make a bunch of videos that come to mind. All right, let's just put it that way, because I could go on and on. And if you guys want to ask me questions, stop by the stream, twitch.tv/spab_rog. You know, I'm streaming every night, baby. Pretty much gotta, you know, we have other streamers too, so if you follow the H-Hour tab on Twitch, you'll get that. But yeah, follow the Reddit, reddit.com/r/H-Hour, and follow SO Studios on Twitter. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Peace.